Them. So they are there, they're touching their, their mother, feeling how cold it is. It's like, kwani ako na barafu mob sana. So I think people are different. Now huwezi force, kuna vitu huwezi force mtu. There are things you cannot force a person. Yeah, especially, hapo kwa uoga.
Thank you so much, Ann. Hapo nitakufollow. I need to learn so many things. Juu hapo kwa hata niko hapa lakini ilikuwa temperature imepanda. Thank you so much. I'll follow you. It's the first time that I'm seeing you and I'm going to follow you.
Thank you so much for
drop me mtandao. Thank you so much.
That's coming up. Sharon, now we got to end. Anna kona job kesha kuenda. Sharon, if you have a question, please.
Yeah. Yes. Hello, Ann.
Hi, Sharon.
Hi.
Yeah.
First of all, I would like to thank you. You have been my motivation all the time. I took this course the other year. I'm about to finish. Though it's not a walk in the park.
It's not.
I really tried. And for now, I'd like to thank you. Most things like their procedures. Yes?
Can you see your face if you don't mind?
You say?
Can you see your face?
It's okay.
Okay, please, here come the camera, yes. And you can speak to Ann. And make it short. I'm not piga luku tena. Luku muhimu.
No.
I need to call him Asidada.
Camera.
Oh, there you go. Okay. Guys, for those that don't know who I am, I make podcasts of soft skills. And soft skills are those behaviors or characters that make us stand out. This evening, I'm speaking to Ann Mwangangi. Ann is a mortician based in Laikipia, Kenya. She works with dead bodies. Well, that's what she says. Sharon, are you there? Right. And never mind about this. You carry on. Speak to Ann.
Imekuwa hard kuingiana.
Usiogope dada, ni safi tu. You are talking to Ann. Carry on. We got like less than 10 minutes. Oh, Anna Mishuka. And who's that? Mama Ryan Mask, you've got a question?
Hi Mtandao, hi Ann, hi everyone.
Hi, thanks for coming up.
I don't have a question. I only have a compliment for Ann. I usually go to her live stream and your place of work is so clean, Ann.
Thank you.
Your place of work is so clean and the way you handle your clients, it's top notch. You made me not fear going to the morgue. I used to fear dead bodies, but right now I'm the one who take people. I usually ask them, nikupeleke ukamuone. So I say, if at all Ann is working with them 24, as in round the clock, you even go back after work when you're called. I've been in your live stream and you enjoy going back. So huwa nasema kama Ann anaenda na anashinda na wao, mimi kwenda tu dakika 10. So you gave me the courage. Mtu akisema anataka kwenda kuona mtu, I take them. Courtesy of you.
Thank you.
Thanks coming up, Raymond. Let's because time here normal.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Hello, Smiley Sylvie, you got a question?
Yes, I have a question, actually two, and I'll be very brief. My first one, I came in midway, and I hope I'm not being redundant. And in your profession, are you allowed to take care of somebody you know on a personal level? And if that is allowed, have you ever had that experience, and how was it different from just other clients? Secondly, for those who know me personally, I would love to own a private mortuary someday. What would be your advice for me, like in terms of resources? What do I need to prepare? Thank you.
Wow. Okay. That's okay. First of all, you've asked if I have If it's allowed for me to serve my own,
Yes.
professionally, it's not. Professionally, it's not. I'm not allowed to serve my blood. I'm not supposed to serve people that I know, people who I'm related to professionally, because professionalism will not be it unless I choose to, unless I really choose to. I'm not allowed, but unless I choose to. Secondly, if I ever, I usually remind you, we are human beings, our emotions are intact, and we feel what you feel. We go through emotional breakage the same way. We live life just like you. The fact that I have a bit of grace to endure that part of being in that career does not make me any different from who you are. Maybe I'm a bit, resistant when it comes to suppressing my emotions. I know how to control my emotions. I know how to venture through the emotions. So yes, if someone who is brought in is a family member, I will feel what you would feel. All right. So I will answer the second question is about starting up a private mortuary in Kenya. Or where are you, Smiley?
Currently in London, but I intend to invest in Kenya.
Wait,
Oh,
you're in
very
London?
nice.
Can we see your face smiling?
I'm in a busy place,
Okay.
Mtandao.
That's
Yes.
fine. Carry on, Ann. And carry on.
If you want to start, I think the most important thing is licensing in Kenya. Licensing is what is tough. And sisi wa Kenya, let me speak on behalf of Kenyans. We have not yet kubali stories za watu wamekufa. I will tell you for sure. Imagine you bought land. These are the rules when you're building a mortuary. Everyone in your radius needs to agree of you setting up that facility there. So for one, getting land to build a mortuary is hard. Unless you buy off all these people around you.
Wow.
That is the most important thing. Kenya kuko hivyo. You have to convince people it will not smell you, they will not see, they will not hear. People around you. I work in a very big facility, and let me tell you, they derailed almost 3 years before it commenced because the society was so against the commencing of that mortuary there. They had to build very high parameter walls because the neighbors were like, it's either you buy or you buy us off, or we don't need to hear, see, or smell anything from that place. And the NEMA and the staff, it's a lot of, bargaining and a lot of, you need to know people, you need to have a lot of connections, but watu ni wale. So the most thing, it's not about resources, it's about acquiring land that people are agreeing for you to build there. Okay? Yeah.
Okay.
Wachana na pesa itapatikana. First of all, look for land that people are agreeing. Otherwise, every investor who has mind, mortuary is one of the best money making, an IGU unit, income generating unit. Inanga losses, ila ina ati sijui dispensing of medicine and stuff. It has money. So you can imagine, watoto wangekuwa na pesa, si mortuaries zingekuwa mingi sana private.
Yes.
Why do you think
Kabisa.
there's no much private mortuaries in Kenya? It's because of, bado hatujakubali story, the society is not agreeing to us. Otherwise, every investor who has money, they'll just be setting, alafu waneka Ann Mwangangi pale, wao wanajiondoa, natuma tu pesa.
Yes.
Yeah, but you need to look at it. Yeah.
Well, Smiley, thanks for coming up. But I'm going to ask you another question. Smiley, if you see, can you hear me, Smiley?
Yes, I can hear you.
Where in London are you based? Usitupatie visa basi pesi tumoke.
I'm in Kingston upon Thames. Kingston.
Okay. Hey, maze visa tuzipata. But thanks for coming up. I appreciate it.
Welcome. Thank you, Ann.
Thank you.
Right. Because guy, wait, maze time may rules maze. Na bwana niende zangu. If love, very quickly, if you have a question for one. If love, you there?
Yeah, sure. I have a question.
Oh, please carry on.
Now, Anne.
Yes, ma'am.
Can hear you.
Now, after I've actually watched your videos, a lot of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm so encouraged. After I watched your videos, I have actually been able to see 5 dead people, 5 dead bodies. Let me say that. Okay. Which I wouldn't do before.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And there's one thing I noticed in your lives. that you don't show bodies when you're doing your lives.
Yeah.
Is there a reason for that?
Ethics. Work ethic.
Okay. I mean, Atlanta. Yeah.
Eve, where you calling from, Eve?
I'm calling from Atlanta.
Oh, from Atlanta, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, anaweza alive for Atlanta iko vipi?
Tuko sawa saizi.
Mko na morgue huko hivyo? Kibao yani.
Of course. And I have...
Ana kugeuka mabaki Kenya tu.
Let me tell you something.
Oh,
Juzi too, like last month,
yes.
I had an uncle who we had to cremate.
I'm sorry about your uncle. But that's
Thank you. Because hakuna venye tungempeleka home. And I was sent to do the cremation. Do you know how traumatizing that was? And I've been following Anne since last year. For some reasons, I wanted to call Anne, but singeweza because najua ako busy. And then I don't know about Anne. Nimeona watu wakisema sijui look for a job in Europe, look for a job in USA, but huwezi every time because you never know.
Yeah,
Understand?
Well, Eve, thank you very much. I'm sure Anne is okay where she is. But thanks for coming up. I appreciate it, girl. And yeah, all the best. Thank you so much for coming up. Wifey, I'm afraid we got to time kidogo sana. But wifey, if you have a very quick one, please. Wifey, for that?
Yes, I'm there. Thanks, Mtandao.
Very well, and thanks for coming up.
Hi, everyone.
Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Nairobi. I'm calling you from Nairobi.
I see. Okay, tuzidi basi.
Hi, Abasi. I just wanted to find out from Anne. First of all, I would like to applaud you for overcoming your occupational hazards. Secondly, I would like to ask you two questions very quickly. Number one, what keeps you going every day when you wake up? What keeps you having that drive to go back to work? The second thing is, do you ever have challenges dating when they discover your profession? Thank you.
Wifey, thanks very much. I appreciate it. Anne.
Thank you so much, Wivy. The first question is you are dating ndo imeniingia sana. What is the first one? What's the first question? What keeps me going? Yeah. What keeps me going? It is the gratitude in the midst of pain, in the midst of disaster. The fact that you can serve, let me tell you, people forget to be grateful when in disaster. You can imagine you have just lost someone very close to you. So for you not to go, but decide to come back and say thank you. Let me tell you, you cannot imagine how that becomes of a person. When someone remembers you 2 years down the line and they're like, Anne, I was not able to say it, but now I want to say it. You helped me somewhere. That thing makes me wake up in the morning and I'm like, you know what? I'm doing something right. There is something I'm doing. There is something I'm doing right in this life. All right. So I think that keeps me going the most is to know that I'm serving humanity in the best possible manner. The fact that I'm wiping tears, that alone keeps me motivated and keeps me, going. The second question about my dating life. I don't think right now I'll be dating someone who is outside very much above my parameter. And my status is not my job. My job does not define who I am. All right. I'm not Mimi si dem wa morgue. I told you there is Anne before the mortician bet. All right. I don't go introducing myself like, oh, Niaje, how are you? If you're fine, can I get to know you? I work in a no, get to know Anne, fall in love with Anne, the rest will follow. To be honest, I don't think also you date people who are very far from you, unless you're dating online, which I don't really advocate for. You date people who are around you. You're dating probably a doctor, a pathologist, someone you met in line of your work. You're dating someone who has seen what you do. So it's easy. They already come to your life knowing. It's like telling me about my friends. My friend is seated here, waiting for me to cook supper for her. She's seated here. Ametoka kazi, akaamua kwangu ndo anakuja leo. She's seated here. And She's an anesthetist. She's a doctor, and that's where you acquire friends. Not out you acquire my best Europe unless from internet. And by the internet, they already know what I do. So it's not a conversation starter. And I actually don't respect people who usually the first question is, what do you do for a living? If you ask me that, that's a turn out. That's a turn off completely, because I will see as if you want to measure the level of respect to accord me. And first of all, get to know Mtandao before you get to know what he does for a living. I think that's how we grow, and that is how we learn to appreciate people. Because nowadays people ask you, whether unafanya kazi gani? I mean daktari, and then I keep you in a certain class. What do you do? Mean mechanic, and then I keep you in a certain class. People are very weird. I think let's learn to love people before we know what they do for a living. The rest come. By the way, Mimi, mortuary. Maybe it has raised me, it has raised my brother, it is raising so many people around me. So mortuary, mimi ukikuta uniambia ati utaki nifanye kazi mortuary, hata mimba yako nitabeba hiyo mortuary hadi 9 months na hakuna kitu utafanya. Hakuna kitu utafanya.
I mean, you can answer. So, you have uko unaweza na date ama?
Ati?
Unaweza
Ati
na
ama
date?
na date? If I'm dating right now?
Yes. Kuna msema hadi.
Yes. There is a human being who is really trying. He's better to bed time. He's trying his level best.
Kuna kabuda.
Ameng'eng'ana yake.
Huyo ajichunge. Missy Fabos. So, please behave, Missy, okay?
Why do you address me and look down?
I want to behave. Please.
Hi, Anne and the people at the host.
Hey,
Hi,
Anne. Carry on, Misty.
Hi. Anne, I want to applaud you. You're doing a hobby that I have. So I can do a postmortem and I can be a beautician. Just as a hobby. I do it as a hobby. You do it as work, I do it as a hobby. And I applaud you for encouraging people, and thank you for the privacy that you're keeping.
Yep.
And it's good to encourage people and tell them to differentiate between you as a mortician and you as a person.
Yeah.
So kudos and God bless you.
Thank you.
And you're doing what, for me, I do it as a hobby. For you, you do it as a profession.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I missed it.
So you told me to behave. Don't let me say what
Of course.
You don't let me say what I'm not supposed to say.
Please don't. Please don't. Please don't. No.
And at sometimes I think there are different people that come in here with different motives. Kuna ule atakuja mtu ameleta mtu wa accident na mtu ameleta mtu normal. Those are two different things. Because one will be having so much blood, so much openings, and the other one the body will be closed. Unaona?
Yeah.
So that's how come you see different reactions with different people.
Yeah.
The same as you say is when someone will be the first time like looking at a postmortem, people wengine hawatakula nyama, hawatachuma, yaya koko at times. I don't do what she does. I do something different. Hawatakula nyama, kuna wengine hawatakula matumbo ama utumbo. So there's these two different things. So you're a mortician, and there are people who do the beautification of morticians, of people who are dead. So these are two different people. But I think with you can do both, but mainly you are concentrated on one side.
Well, Missy, thanks for coming up. I appreciate it.
Yeah, so that's the only difference I wanted people to know about Anne and what she does, and also there's a difference. Now, I was talking to a friend of mine. She's based in Africa somewhere, and they were like, Misty, why don't we open, actually it was Clay, why don't we open a mortuary beautician? Like when they're from the morgue, when they're already dressed, then we bring them to somewhere else, then we do the beauty, you do the makeup, the hair and stuff like that, because there are people who fear doing that. We have also morticians who will just be like, dress the people and leave them, put them in the coffin, and there, go with your body. And we have people who are like, oh, my mother, my father, or the person I love next to me used to do makeup, so would you mind to do ABCD for them? and somebody will not know how to do it. So there are people who want to teach them, you know. If I'm wrong, and I'm here to be rectified, and otherwise, have a good day, evening, and thank you for the job you're doing and the rest.
Missy, thanks for coming up. I appreciate it.
Thank
Thanks
you.
very much.
Unless Anne has something to tell me, I'll go down.
Wait, okay, the idea of beautifying people, and people usually ask, do you do makeup? Do you do this? Yes, we do makeup, and we do makeup per your family order. We don't do makeup per our thinking. I cannot put makeup on you, Miss Excellency. I
I
cannot
haven't seen
put
Wes for a long time. I kind of miss Wesley.
I'm here, darling, but we need to mute first.
yeah, please. So I was saying you cannot do makeup from a person who used to stay natural. So everything that we do comes from the family. If someone used to stay natural and you do makeup for them, people will be like, this is not it. This is not the person. This is not the person, you know. People will be like peeping in. So what you say that you need to start somewhere else, unless in the US, in Kenya, it cannot work that way. Unless you get a contract from the mortuary itself for you to come and do that. In Kenya, you can do that because from the mortuary, immediately the body is dispatched. It cannot go and be lodged anywhere else. It needs to go direct to the graveside or into another mortuary. You get, so you cannot move a body from the mortuary to another facility for other services that it can go. They can never give you that level of clearance because they don't know what you're going to do with the body. So it's either you build a contract with another mortuary to be able to do those things, but unless you start an agency that deploys people to go and do those things, per the mortuaries, but you cannot like start up a place where people will remove their body to that place and then to the burial ground. That one will not happen in Kenya, my dear.
No, I'm saying it. I'm not saying that you open it separately. Like when they finish dressing the body, for example, they've dressed it and blah, blah, blah. So you need now to prepare the body also to be, before it's put in the casket or it's put wherever it's going to be put, for them to dispatch it the last minute before you get the permits and everything. Yeah. So you as a person can be employed with the specific morgue to come and do the whatever you're doing to that person when they're already there. So that should be the last step after you as a mortician has finished your work of dressing that person. But that's why I said it should be according to the preference of the person or the family, not according to the preference of the mortician themselves.
So thanks, Miss.
Yeah. So let me go down now. I give others a place also, or wakati. Her Excellency, see you later. Cheers. Thank you, Annie.
That's for behavior. I appreciate that. Right. Chumba, you've been very, very patient with us. So thank you very much. Please, let's make it quick if you have a question, please. Because time, we only 5 minutes. Please carry on.
Hi.
Hello, hi. Thanks for coming up.
Hi.
Patient.
Thank you, Han. You're doing amazing job. Congratulations, ma'am. 13 years since I lose my mom. And the way my mom was preserved. Aki, if I remember that situation, wacha tu niwaambie, kuna place hakuna mock. Kuna mock but our preserve mwili. Na Han kuna venye anasemanga hakuna mtu angependa kupeleka mtu wake mock na achukue mtu wake kama hayuko in good condition. Do you know that? Yani unachukua mwili unasikia kabisa mwili iko na harufu. That thing ijawahi heal kwa maisha yangu mpaka wa leo. Same 12 years since I lose my dad. Lililuza wakifuatana, but venye walikuwa wamepreserve. Yani sometimes I see the way anafanya kazi yake. You're doing in your heart. May God bless you. May God lift you higher and higher and higher, my sister. Let me tell you, you're going far. You're going far. I'm coming, my places, I'm coming from Eldama Ravine. Many people understand those places. I have a poor network.
Yeah.
Mnanisikia?
We can hear, yes.
Yeah, we are here.
Mnanipata?
Clearly.
Carry on.
Yeah.
Network yangu ni mbaya. So,
We are hearing you,
and keep
Chumba.
it up, my dear.
Thank you.
Well, Chumba, thanks for Chumba, thanks for coming up, and I'm sorry about your mother. Clearly, she's very emotional.
Yeah.
John Kitchen, we only have 2 more questions tunafunga tu. Ataka baki siku nzima tu. John,
Yeah.
niaje buda.
I'll be short and straight to the question to Ann. Ann sasa. Sasa, I was asking, have you ever encountered this incident that nasikia mtu ameka morgue na amefufuka? Have you encountered that? Because I've been hearing that mtu ameka morgue na after 3 days amefufuka. So, ushi encounter kitu kama hiyo?
3 days. That means that's 72 hours. Wamke. Kielta wapi. Anyway, it's I'm sorry that came out. Okay. I'm sorry that came out like that. Poleni sana, but okay, something. Okay, if you did not see it on TV, mostly it didn't happen.
Yeah.
No, anyway, my bad. I'm sorry it came out that way. But anyway, when you're talking about when you talk about people and you're saying that 3 days. Hi, if a body comes from the hospital, I have no business checking whether you're alive or dead. I have no business, because I believe doctors know what they're doing. But if your body is from home, unajua kuna watu, they look at you and they're like, huyu hajatuongelesha for the last 6 hours. Huyu alienda, you understand? Okay, I don't know why I'm laughing.
Yeah.
It's so funny. Kuna wale villagers, like, sorry for saying this, but you've been sick for a long time and people are like, huyu anakaa kuenda. So they made you stop eating, you stop talking, they bring you to the morgue. Those are people we check. And what we check. And we not give you 3 days for you to think if you're gone or you're here with us. We'll give you 1 hour. Stop laughing. Look, alale. We'll give you 1 hour. We'll give you 1 hour for you to think. Hizi mili zinaokotangwa kwa barabara. You know, there are those drunkards that police wanamkota kwa barabara, alikunywa kalala kinyeshewa, they assume alikufa, wanamweka kwa Land Cruiser, ndo hii wanaleta kwa morgue. Me, I'll give you 1 hour to decide if you're there or you're not. From there, if you are there or not, you can never be there again. That is what I can say. Because have you seen formalin? Have you seen formaldehyde? Do you know what it does? It bleaches your organs. So tell me, uko na lita 2 za formaldehyde, umewekwa kwa fridge ya negative 20 degrees centigrade going down, unaamka ukienda wapi? If you are not dead, you are dead. Like, history at this dream to amke shoka. Like, do you think I even have time for that? We give you 1 hour for you to reconsider your decision as far as death goes. You decide whether you are with us or not. So,
What?
yeah, from there, as we continue with our mandate, si mmeleta mtu ameaga. So you brought someone who's dead. So, yeah. If I put you 2 liters of formaldehyde, of sodium chloride, we put eosin to retain your color. If you are brown, you remain brown, you don't turn to black, to make sure that your stomach does not bloat. We refrigerate you for negative 20, 30 degrees. Where are you going to? So people need to know, if you ever see someone waking up, ukiona mtu anaamka, it means one thing.
Yeah.
This person was not dead to begin with. Resurrection went with Jesus Christ. We stopped resurrecting. People wake up. It's either you're dead or alive. Resurrection iliisha, let's be honest. And this thing is not something that, happens as a natural phenomenon. People are scared. Kuna mtu akiamka, unaamka aje? How do you wake up in a morgue? And people think that when someone wakes up, is like, there you see ghosts, and then people assume that unaamka na mateke. Hapana. The first time you wake up, you even don't know where you are. So unaamka unashindwa by the form. What is the form? Ni gani huku? Mbona niko juu ya meza na sina nguo? You can imagine the level of confusion. Una nguo? Uko juu ya meza Tukwange realistic. I love passing my message with a lot of humor so that people can relate. I don't want to sell fear. It's just a matter of education. It doesn't happen naturally. It's not something that happens. It's not atikwamka. It is always covered on news. Kuna kitu naitwa, when you're highly intoxicated, there's something called the alcohol-induced coma.
Yeah.
All right? Unaweza leto umekunywa. Poisoning also happens. Especially poisoning na pombe. Hizo ndizo will have to knock your knees. Unajua these kneecaps are very sensitive. So I'll be there knocking your knees just to see a reaction. For what now? If you do not react, you're good.
Okay. How about, do you dream? Me as a cook, when I go to bed, I dream cooking, doing some stuffs in kitchen. Do you dream you handling dead bodies?
No.
As a person?
No, I don't dream with my work. I love my job, but I don't think kazi yangu imeningia to that. Why would I dream with people who are dead? Like, I have no relationship whatsoever with these that are sleeping. It's, you meet so many people on the way. Tunapata na watu wengi sana kwa barabara. Sindo?
Yes.
Why would you dream with all of them? Do you dream with people you don't know? I don't have any relationship with these people, so I don't dream with them. I don't have nightmares. I think God has just blessed me that. Me sinanga dreams. I don't think I even dream on typical days. Even for normal things, I don't.
Dominic, thank you very much.
Do you dream?
Excellency, Miss somebody, welcome to the show. Where are you calling from?
It's Miss Candace.
From?
Can you hear me?
We can, yes. Where are you from?
Yeah. Oh, I'm in Boston. How are you guys?
Right. Boston, mnafufuka ama?
Hapana, mimi niko tu. I'll live for long, hopefully.
Okay, carry on. What's your question, Her Excellency?
Yeah. No, I just wanted to applaud Anne. I really like her courage, and I've seen her videos where she talks about the industry, and she's really intelligent. So I wanted to applaud you, and I wanted to tell you to also take time for yourself, take care of your mental health, and thank you for taking care of the families. Like, serving people in that capacity is not for the weak-hearted. So I'm really proud of you. You know what I mean? As a woman, you have shown, I've seen your maturity, very intelligent, very nice and humble person. So I'm really proud of you. I just wanted to let you know that, because we never tell like people we're proud of them, but I want to tell you I'm really proud of you.
Thank you.
Yeah, and just continue serving people. And a lot of people want to tell you they're grateful for how you handle their families, but like at the time they're mourning, you know what I mean? You know, this kind of stuff. But in their hearts, they're very thankful.
Thanks, Heck. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. See ya.
Hey, Ann, sasa.
Hi, Namata.
So my question is, I'm trying to ask you, at first ukianza hiyo kazi, was it first ukianza as in, like, let's say like this is the first day you are going to that morgue, so you've given a body, you have to prepare it. Was it normal, or that hiyo haiku happen na wewe, you had that feelings of fear as in kama mwanadamu?
Now, when I first walked into those cadavers, let me call them cadavers because they are no one's relatives. They are bodies that probably they were unclaimed, or bodies that the relatives did not seem worthy looking for. So they were covered in brown sheets. And I walked into that room. I was being done orientation, and I could see them being covered. And the other section was a funeral home where people were being preserved and everything. And I could stomach seeing them, but the smell was a big challenge. I remember I was all the time was gargling. I was like, because how do you stay with these smells? How do you process this smell and go eat? The same thing you're asking me, I used to ask my head. I was like, wait, I'll get out of this place and go eat. It can never be me. So I used to eat for survival, not because I'm really interested in what I'm doing. So I used to be like all the time I'm spitting on the ground. I'm gagging a lot. I'm like all the time. So it didn't sit well with me. And I promised myself, in whatever capacity I will serve, I will make sure that whatever mortuary that I step into, I will make it one of the cleanest facility. Ask those people who come to our mortuaries. Ask those people who have visited a funeral home. They even ask, tumefika mortuary. You find someone is like, tuko mortuary. Huku ndo mortuary ama ni ofisi. You understand? I have made it a personal responsibility to help someone else, be it from this profession or from an outsider, that they will not have the experience that I had for 6 months straight, having to deal with the smells and everything. I just made sure I will do my best to make it as conducive as possible for people. So yeah, iko hivyo.
Wow.
You're a strong woman. You're a strong woman. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Now, thanks for coming up. Listen, guys, I'm afraid we are going to we cannot talk the whole the whole night. We need Ann pia kuna mashughuli zake pia. From me, what's the relevance of dressing a dead body? Because amekufa, unapata people spend a lot of money on coffin, on clothes. What's the point?
Dignity, even in death. Dignity, dignity, dignity. To me, when you call someone mighty, when you call someone, I usually feel offended. You understand? When someone comes at it, tuonyeshe hiyo mighty moja, I usually feel offended because I take it, this is someone's everything that has just transitioned to another realm that we don't know about. So for me, if we are able to accord the same love we did to these women when they cannot speak for themselves or do anything for themselves, that's always a plus for me. I usually appreciate those families that come and you see how organized they are. They have bought proper clothes, they have bought a proper coffin, but there's something I also despise in the same sense. There is no way you'll bring me a neglected mother or a neglected parent. You have been neglecting these people when they were alive. The person has bed sores eaten to their bones. The person did not receive the proper care. And then you tell me the last day you want to come walking in stilettos and making orders of how this person should look well? I will judge you. I will judge the hell out of you from beginning to infinity. I will judge you. Yes, I'll do it, but I'll judge you. I'll be like, give people their roses when they're still alive. Yes. There are things that do not matter to these people. There is no you can neglect your parent. You have not seen them for years. And then when they die, is that time you're saying, Mama, I've come. Come to do what? When they're dead. You left someone with so much misunderstanding or you had a quarrel and then they die. You never got a chance to apologize. You're there asking for forgiveness. Again, I'm like, do you think they even care for your forgiveness? And you tell yourself, let me apologize. Learn to do these things when people are alive. Stop trying to compensate your guilt through showing off of how much you love these people. All right? It doesn't matter. You buy a coffin of 100,000. That's for you, not for them. They don't care. The dead do not care for these things. So you buy a coffin and roses. You want to hold roses like this. But you never told this person in their life, I love you, mom. I love you, dad. These people are dying out of hunger. Your dad walks in our mortuaries and they are almost naked. Your dad has never seen a boxer. Your dad doesn't know what a vest is. Alikuwa amevaa kinyasa, ya jeans ndani ya longi imefungwa na kamba, and you expect me ati unaniletea manguo suti mzima iko na vest na vitu zimerapiwa new things, and you expect I'll give you. I will judge you. I will not tell you because I'm a professional, but I will judge you. I'll be like, people, and I'm like, may thunder strike you wherever you are. May thunder fire you, because you cannot tell me to show people love when they are gone. For what? It's for you, not for them.
Wow.
Right? Yeah. So learn to appreciate when people are alive. Learn to give them what they love when they're still there, because when they die, it doesn't matter. It doesn't.
Wow. Cyrus, last question from you, and then we end this podcast. If you can hear me, Cyrus, hi.
Yes, hi, the host, I can hear you, and all the members, I salute you.
Well, thanks for coming.
Can you hear me loud and clear?
Of course, yes, sir. Carry on.
Wow, thank you for this live. At least we can ask the question from the experienced. Many have questions, and we are asking and getting the answers. So, Anne, you are doing a commendable job. We appreciate you. Just imagine a society without professional like Anne. Imagine. So we respect you, and we appreciate you. So I will ask you 3 questions. I have been in various hospitals that have that mortuary, and the question, I have find the guys who are there, they take some drugs. So I know it's personal. Hope you will tell us if you take anything for the sake of mind. Another question, have you ever met a stubborn body? As they say that there is stubborn body. I can give example. There's some community, when they come to take the bodies, that hash, it refused to go. I have seen it from the experience. So number 3, what do happen from the unclaimed body? Where do you take this body? Thank you so much as you answer these questions.
Oh, Cyrus, you're a gentleman. Thank you very much. Carry on.
The first question was if I use drugs. I will answer from my personal. I cannot answer on behalf of anyone else. I'm an individual, all right? Yes. I will not talk on behalf of anyone else. Mimi kama Ann. One, understand I'm serving my purpose in life. For me, this is a calling. His story. I did not wake up one day and I'm like, I don't have anything to do. Let me resort to mortuary because sina kitu kingine ya kufanya. I was not pushed to do what I do. It is not that nilikosa namna ndio ni end up in this. This is something that came from my heart. I saw how my heart bled when I lost my own. And I was like, you know what? I wish you were facilitated by someone who had the brains and the heart for it. And I told myself, if that's the case, why don't I carry myself, the heart and the brain for it, inspire someone while I'm at it, and facilitate the next person. When God has given you grace, passion aligns itself. All right? Yes. Through grace, God gives you grace, passion aligns itself, and you don't need to use. When influence and other things align themselves, usage comes to play. There are people who you need to use drugs. There are people who need to use things to be here because it's not passion and it doesn't have grace in it. It is not from, it's not from the heart. It's from, thinking, I can do this. So no, I do not use any drugs. If it is about of sherehe, I'm not that much of a sherehe person, but sherehe kijipa, I'm the kind of person, I have my friends, tuna sherehe, just like any other person. But I don't used to be sustained where I am. Actually, I don't even go to work drunk, or I've never been to work not being sober or even hangover while I'm at it. So mine is just about of grace from God, and that's it. Secondly, you have asked what? You have asked, what have you asked? About stubborn body. Yes. Stubborn bodies. We need to understand, let me talk about Kenya, because that's where I'm from. We are very diverse people. We are very diverse. We have very cultural, ethnic, beliefs zetu ni tofauti sana. We come from very different ethnic and cultural backgrounds and beliefs. So whatever you perceive is right, for me, I may not be able to understand. The people who come in with requests, there's somebody who will be like, our son was killed or our kin was killed. We need to put this broom here. We need to put this torch here. We need to put this whip in the casket. I do not practice that because I do not resonate. I do not know what you're doing, and that is not in line with my profession, but I will facilitate because this is your kin by the end of the day. Nitapea ruhusa, you'll put those brooms, you'll put those whips, and torches. If they're going to hunt that person who killed the person, my hands are not there. I'll facilitate, but I'll not participate. No, for that's something I do not know. All right.
Okay.
If a body, sometimes unaenda kufungua gari mlango ina jam. Unafungua boot ya mlango ya gari ina jam. It's all about the matter of thinking. For me, I'll be like, it happens. It happens. There's a time utaenda kufungua mlango upate hata kufunguka. It happens. But to someone else, it will be like, huyu hataki kutoka kwa gari ama hataki kuingia kwa gari. Just a matter of beliefs. What do you believe in?
Yes.
All right? Yes.
Yeah.
Kuna mwenye utaona ati mwili ina sweat juu imetoka kwa barafu, uanze kusema huyu mtu alikuwa analia. Alikuwa anatoka jasho. Mama yo, people will start crying that the person is not in peace. It's just a matter of perception and what you believe in.
Okay.
What was your third question?
Unclaimed bodies.
Unclaimed bodies, if ukikaa miezi tatu with your family not looking for you or coming to claim for you, tunapeana fingerprints kwa serikali, ikikukosa kwa database, 3-6 months, you belong to the state.
All right.
Unazikwa na serikali, yes. You're welcome.
Okay. Sorry guys, my phone's about to die. Cyrus, I'm going to let you go now. Thanks for your question. Anne, just the last question, then I'll let you go.
Yeah.
There are those mortuaries or morgues that are not that clean at all. And for example, I'm going to mention City Mortuary, for example. What's your thought on those morgues that are not being really looked after very well? And that's where you find lots of unclaimed bodies are being sent to.
Thank you. You have said something. Unclaimed, eh? I work in a private facility. I work in a mission-based facility where we do not take up unclaimed bodies. We do not. Because who's going to pay the bills, eh? We do not take up the unclaimed bodies. But look at City Mortuary. City Mortuary ni Agava, right? Everything that is collectible in Nairobi. Chakosh amegongwa na gari, hit and run, City Mortuary. Mtu amechukuliwa sijui kwa mto gani, City Mortuary. Mtu amepatikana aliuawa wapi, amekaa 2 weeks, City Mortuary. I'll not tell you, City Mortuary have professions. These are professions. Ni watu tulisoma now, they're people with knowledge, they are knowledgeable. But again, can you look at their workload? Anna ki receive 4 bodies in a day. City Mortuary is uptaking 60-40 bodies in a span of 3 days. And these are bodies that come in all manner, shapes, form, and sizes. All right? And sisi tuko na ile platform ya mili zetu ziko na watu wao. Remember, ukiletwa mwili yenye haijulikani ni you can do nothing. You're not supposed to touch that body because it's a crime scene on its own. All right? Yeah. The body cannot be undressed because it needs identification. The body cannot be washed. So it is there na harufu yake na kila kitu imewekwa hapo. For a certain duration of time, they commence treatment. So you need to tell me that place is going to smell like roses.
No.
It cannot smell like roses. You understand? The government does not provide infrastructure for this place. Mortuaries are the most forgotten places in the country. The government will work so hard to put up maternity services. The only person I've seen trying is Anyang' Nyong'o. Actually, he started up a 47 million worth of mortuary in Kisumu and it was vandalized. You understand? Yes. So, tupeange watu, let's cut some slack when it comes to people. Let's give people the time. So, haiwezi kosa kunuka. Yes. Na si eti watu wajui kazi yao. They know. The government has ignored. If the government, sometimes you put this and you're telling them, let's do this. Within 3 months, tuondoeni hizi mili zenye hatuendi. The government derails.
Wow.
The government derails in a zuba, they bury after 12 months. So what are you supposed to do? Wezi chukua mwili uende dispose on your own? You can't. You need a lot of clearance, a lot of paperwork. So these people know what they are doing, but the government and the workload and the environment are just conspiring against them, yes.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm one of the very first people. When I read about the Anyang' Nyong'o, the 40 whatever million more, I'm like, why spend money on that when people are dead than, you know, alive? So I can see now the sense. Well, listen, Ann Mwangangi, thank you so much for being here today. I cannot thank you enough. Well, how do you feel when people are telling you, well done for your own job? I mean, that's your job. So why should people come and say, oh, Anna Kesa Nzuri? Are you appreciating that? What's your reaction?
I think by all means, I think I'm serving my purpose. By all means. If those in gratitude, those that feel mentored, those that feel I've touched their life in whatever manner, for me, I know I'm serving my purpose. And if I was not, I would not be getting all these compliments. So yeah, I'm doing something right. And I thank God for that.
Look, I want to be your friend. Well, I've got your number now. Tuzoko marafiki.
But of course, why not? Why not?
Yes.
Why not?
Natakuwa rafiki yako manzi. Karioko kuja napatia jaba.
Nilikwambia, me and 205,000 followers, we do not know what Kariako is. Tuko US. Sisi tuko US. Mafans wangu jue, you are addressing us from US. Si tuko US. You don't know what Kariako is. So please.
La pia jaba ni nini?
Ati?
Pia jaba uelewi jaba ni nini?
No, what is jaba? I told you from the onset. Sisi na mafans wangu hatujui what you're talking about. You talk about Kariako and jaba. We can't. We just can't. You were from US. Sisi watu wa US. Tuko mayu. We are in States. We don't.
Thank you so much for your time. And for those that are just joining me, I make podcasts on soft skills, and soft skills are those behaviors that make us stand out. Tonight, I was speaking to Ann Mwangangi, a mortician based in Laikipia, Kenya. And thank you very, very much, and all the best.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're such a darling, I tell you. Absolutely. Well, there we are. I mean, guys, I've done over 70 podcasts, okay? But today was just unbelievable. Anne is very, very gracious. When we started the podcast, I was having a time. But, hey, Joto too, ilikuwa tu normal tu sana tu. But I appreciate that was unbelievable podcast. And thanks, Anne, for being with us. Those that we never interact with, I make podcasts on soft skills. And soft skills are those behaviors that make us stand out. Next week, Easter time, it will be Easter. Well, this week is Easter, right? Won't have guests, but the following week we've got unbelievable lineup for us. We've got models who will be joining us next week, and also we have Priscilla Wakimani, mumjua Wakimani pia atakuwa hapa na sisi pia. So keep locked. Those that always support me, I appreciate it. For liking our work, for sharing, and for speaking about us to other people. Until next time, thanks a lot and God bless.